Hey, how's it going? This is Big D again. This one's going to be the people of small towns with people of Safford, Thatcher, Morenci. Just issues I've noticed with the people in general that you will be mingling with if you move to this small town. So, rude or oblivious behavior. So, what I mean by that, you have people that'll do things that, if you're ever in Phoenix, Tucson, a big city, this behavior would get you fired from a job, and I just don't know that if they realize they're doing it, because I do know that, I don't know, it just seems like if you grew up in this town, you just get used to piss poor, bad customer service. So I guess you think it's the norm, or just everybody just does it anyways. So I just don't know which it is. They're either oblivious to the fact that they're unreliable, they're not instilling confidence, they're not giving good service, or it's just the norm to them. So everybody treats each other this way. I just don't get it. Um, Let me see. One of the stories that revolves around this food. So I had a pizza delivery driver that knocked on my door and just left food at my door and left. Um, I don't know about you, but how do you know that was the right house? How do you know the person actually heard that phone call and they're wondering if their pizza ever showed up? Like, this is the first time I've ever dealt with that. Most places will keep knocking until you get that pizza, or they'll bring it with you. So I don't know. There's that. AutoZone in town. Uh, Dealt with people that just didn't seem to care about your problems, and they couldn't follow directions, order parts, and make sure stuff was getting delivered on time for your vehicle. Another thing, Burger King. Local Burger King in town. They will not follow basic instructions. You tell them to give you no ice in your drink, they'll fill it up all the way. They'll take 20 minutes to get you a small order. They'll give you cold old food. I've even seen Facebook posts where people got moldy breakfast food. So yeah, just so next thing, people do not keep their stores open during the posted hours. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a small town thing, but people just leave their store in the middle of their posted hours and it'll be closed. So highly unreliable for business in that regards. It kind of retards the economy and it makes people want to deal with multinational corporations. So I can't imagine how this place would have ran and operated before the likes of Walmart and Amazon in the 80s. This place probably sucked worse for customer service, but I don't know. I wasn't here, but that's what I'm thinking. Lacks work culture. So a lot of people will not return your phone calls. They won't show up on time. They won't do the job right. Just a lot of annoying things that make people unreliable. And once you deal with it enough times, you just learn to cut them loose and not deal with them. My problem is it just seems like you deal with a lot of unreliable people like that, and you just don't want to do business with them. So I've just basically cut my expenses down to the bare bone to avoid things like that. Scammy dealings. Um, you got a lot of people that are trying to basically sell used cars for top dollar here that are basically POS projects. A lot of no call, no shows. You got people that'll basically try to charge you top dollar for services, but they give you bottom dollar service or work. Like one of the instances, Austin's Auto Repair. They took 6 hours to get somebody to do a transmission flush. I wanted a full transmission flush. I wanted a transmission filter replaced. Again, I wanted all 10 quarts of transmission fluid flushed out. Again, it took them 6 hours when they stated it would be done in two, and they only dumped half of it out, and they charged me like $350 and gave me a soda for the inconvenience. Needless to say, I haven't been back since. I felt like I got scammed. You wasted my time, and you didn't even follow through with what you're supposed to do. Another instance, a lot of the contractors slash home improvement people around here, roofers, electricians, plumbers, a lot of these guys just will not return phone calls. You're better off paying somebody from Phoenix or Tucson to come out here and fix your stuff, because at least they'll show up and they'll return your phone calls. Another thing, Poor customer service. I've never met so many people that they openly don't care. They can't communicate. They're not helpful. Maybe it's just the times we live in, but anytime I get this, I would rather just go straight to ordering online and avoiding stuff like that. So that's literally what I've been doing in the small town. Like, I'm going to see if I can't buy the shoes that I keep rebuying because I know they fit, I know they're comfortable. If I can't just find the supplier and cut out the shoe store in town due to this. Uh, Half the town works odd hours due to the mine or federal prisons, and the town's institutions do not cater to that. They're working like a 9 to 5 schedule when, due to the mines, you got a lot of people working split shifts, you got a lot of people working night shifts. So it makes it hard to basically get things done on an intergovernmental level, especially when a lot of the jobs you can do aren't within the city limits. So by the time you get home, it's like 5, 6 o'clock and everything's shut down. So that kind of screws you over. Let me see. Bad driving. I cannot say this enough. A lot of the people here, I don't know. It's like they're trying to be nice on the road when they just need to take their right away. Don't apologize. Don't be like overly humble. Just take your right away and things will run smoother. I don't know what it is, but city people get this, small town people don't, and it causes dangerous situations, hold up at T intersections, and just things that don't need to happen. A lack of spatial awareness. You have a lot of people that, the way I look at it, man, if this is the caveman days, they would have gotten picked off by saber-toothed tigers, wild animals, and other tribals. They will stand around with their entire family, block people, not even pay attention to the fact that they're doing it. Or who knows, maybe they're just being rude idiots. I don't know. But a lot of stuff like that happens. You'll be in this grocery store, two people will be talking, they'll be blocking an aisle, and you got to tell them, hey, man, I'm trying to get through. And this has happened enough times. You'll be trying to get stuff from at a gas station, and every person in the line needs to have a conversation with the person at the cash register. I mean, I don't. I guess that's a small town vibe, but it's anti, speed of service. What's another thing? A lot of the people, from what I've noticed, they're not that interesting to interact with. They don't give you the amount of time and energy you take to basically invest in them, get to know them. They either don't reciprocate by trying to get to know you, or they just can't be bothered in keeping the conversations going. Like they have their group of people they've known forever, since they grew up in this small BFG town, and they just have no desire to expand that network. So you get a lot of people that are cliquish, don't want to put in the effort, or they're just lazy socially. And I don't know, frankly, I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm 35 and I just don't want to deal with that anymore. Like, if I talk to you, you can't reciprocate. You're not curious. You're not willing to have any. No, I'm good. I'm to the point where I'd rather just have a small group of people I know that I can get along with, that have the similar interests that I enjoy talking to for an hour, instead of having this huge group of just, what's the word I'm looking for? Fair weather acquaintances that I don't really care about, because, I could tell that, they just don't put any effort into anything. So yeah. So these are a lot of the social issues and weird things you'll deal with in this town. Like, it kind of reminds me of what was that movie, The Funny Farm, where the city people moved into the town and they just didn't like it due to all these things. The city just runs a hell of a lot more efficiently. You don't have a lot of these problems. Nobody's slowing you down or holding you up. And I don't know. If you're willing to get out there and meet people, I feel like you could still have community in the city via your hobbies if you put in the effort to go to groups. So, I mean, that's a gripe that you will deal with by moving to this town.